Yeah, next standard is IAS 10. First, you should know what is IAS 10. IAS 10 is events after the reporting period. First of all, you know what is reporting period. Year end. From the year end, see, from the reporting date, or you can say from the year end, whatever event that has happened between the reporting date and the date on which financial statements are approved for issue are called events after the reporting period. Suppose 31st December is the last date. So what is a date after the reporting date is 1st January. Or you can say from the 31st December end, from that till the financial statements are approved for issue. See, they are closing the accounts on 31st December. So it has to be audited. After auditing is over, then the financial statements will be issued to the shareholders. Till the date it is issued, approved for issuer. Clear, no? Till the date, whatever events that is taking place are called events after the reporting period. Clear, no? See, I'll just show you. Yeah, suppose company's year end is 31st December 5. Let me say the auditing is taking place and finally the board approves the financial statements can be issued to the shareholders. Let us say this happens on 15th March 2006. This is the date they are approving the financial statements for issue. Okay. So between this period, whatever events that are taking place are called events after the reporting date. Clear, no? Okay, these events are just all the events, whatever taking place from the reporting date till the financial statements are approved for issue. These events are called adjusting events and non-adjusting events. Okay, what is adjusting events? For adjusting events, we have to adjust the financial statements. See, we would have already prepared the financial statements for year ending 31st December, where we will make adjustments for the amounts. I'll give an example. Just now we studied provisions, right? What is provisions? You are making best estimation of the amount that is likely to be settled, right? So on 31st December, maybe the lawyers would have given estimation of $10,000 for the provisions. Okay, because the case may be going on in the court. So everything depends on the development of the case. So at the year end, that is 31st December 2005, in my example, the company created a provision. Let me say by 2nd February, the matter was settled by the court. Okay, the court says the overall amount to be settled as compensation by the entity is $12,000. So before the financial statements are authorized for issue, you are coming to know what is the correct amount of provision. How much it is in my example? 12,000. So you can adjust this. In the financial statements, you will cancel 10,000 or you will increase the provision by 2,000. So it will reach to $12,000. These events are called adjusting events.
It will reduce the profit, right?
Now, of course, it will reduce. So basically, you should know the meaning of adjusting events is events that gives more information about the conditions that existed at the reporting date. See, by this incident, but by this event of court case coming to an end, the entity comes to know the amount that is to be paid is 12,000. So with that, because here 10,000 is just an estimation, no? Now we were getting more information about this estimation. So you are adjusting the financial statements to $12,000. Okay. So adjusting events are events after the reporting date which provide additional information, or you can say additional evidence about conditions existed at the reporting date. Got it, no? So only after the event happens you are coming to know. Mostly, wherever estimations are made, those events are called. You may have to adjust the figures. So events which changes the estimations are mostly adjusting events. And we studied IAS 2. You remember what is IAS 2? Inventory value will be shown at cost or NRV whichever is lower. Okay, suppose I'm showing my inventory at one particular amount. Let me say I'm showing it at 10,000. But after the year end, we could sell this inventory only for 8,500. But this even happened before the financial statements are authorized for issue. The entity could sell the inventory for 8,500. But at the reporting date, they showed the inventory at cost of 10,000. When they could sell it before this, the financial statements are authorized for issue. This is an adjusting event. Why? Because they sold the inventory. So how much they sold? 8,500. So this must be the NRV, no? Maybe at the reporting date, the estimated NRV will be definitely more than 10,000. So you have taken whichever is lower, cost is the lower figure. But when this event happens, what is the event? Selling the goods to customers. This gives you more information about the value of the inventory, which is only 8,500. So what should you do now? The entity should cancel 10,000, or you can say they have to write off the inventory by 1,500. So inventory value will come to 8,500. Okay, so adjusting events are events after the reporting date that gives more evidence, additional evidence of conditions existed at the reporting date. Okay, mostly we will be adjusting the estimations wherever you make estimations for provisions, even estimations for any doubtful debts. We say irrecoverable debts, no? All these cases, inventory values, any other estimations made, or in case sometimes they were coming to know of some fraud that had taken place already. That some fraud would have taken place by the year end December, 31st December 5. At the year end they do not know, but before the financial statements are authorized for issue, then auditing is going on. Auditors are coming to know of some fraud that has taken place. So you have to adjust the financial statements. Okay, so these are adjusting events. What is non-adjusting events is, these are also the events that happened after the reporting date but before the financial statements are authorized for issue. But for this you do not have to make any adjustments, because these are purely events which have happened after the reporting date. It has no effect on the financial statements. Clear, no? For example, I tell you, some fire has happened in the company. This is an event which happened only in the next year. So the loss should be recognized only in that year. Okay, company has acquired another company. That is an event that has happened only in the next year. So it will be shown in the next year only. But non-adjusting event, if it is material, important information, you may have to disclose it. For example, I gave an example, no, the company acquired another company. It may be an important information for the users of the financial statement, so that they can disclose it in the current year financial statement. Yeah, what did you ask now?
Anyhow, this also occur in payroll.
See, I told you, no, at the year end, for example, I have some inventory. The inventory should be shown at cost or NRV. I sold next year, but before the financial statements are authorized, at the year end, I do not know what the inventory is worth. Okay, but next year when I sell it, I am coming to know what exactly the inventory is worth. So that gives me more information about the NRV, net realizable value of the inventory. So some event happened, but that gives me more information or evidences about the condition of the inventory at the reporting date. So I am adjusting my inventory value accordingly. I gave an example for provision. Employees filed a case against the company. Let us say that at the year end we estimated the claim that entity may have to settle is $50,000. Court case is going on. Suppose employee and the company had agreed. So employee is accepting, pay me $30, I'll withdraw my case. This happened before the financial statements are authorized for issue. So you created a provision 50. Now financial statements are not yet authorized, right? Then why do you want to keep 50? You can change the estimated provision to 30,000 because the case is settled outside the court between the entity and the employee. So you can change your estimation. No, so it's simple. You made some estimations at the year end. Some event is happening after the year end that gives you more information or evidences about what was the condition at the reporting date. Got it, no? Otherwise, non-adjusting event is the event is happening, but that is purely related to next year. And if it is something material information or material event, you can disclose it in the financial statement. Example I told, no, you were buying a non-current asset.
It's a
Non-adjusting events. You don't have to adjust the financial statements. We have seen no adjusting, non-adjusting events. If it is material, it needs to be disclosed. Okay. See, I am telling another example. Company is declaring dividend. Dividend declared. Okay. If it was declared at the reporting date, that is before the reporting date, there is an obligation for the company to pay. So the dividend will appear as liability. They have to pay to the shareholders. Okay. Suppose a company is declaring dividend after the reporting date. After the reporting date. Should we show it as a liability in the financial statement? No. Because at the reporting date, they have no obligation to pay dividend. They have declared it only next year. Okay, so you can only say that because it is a material event, no? It can be disclosed in the financial statement as notes. It will not be shown as a liability. Whereas if they declared the dividend before the reporting date, yes, they have an obligation to pay the dividend, then it will be included as a liability. Okay, yeah, now we'll see in the textbook whatever points they have. See, events after the reporting date are those events which may be favorable and unfavorable. These are events between reporting date and the date on which the financial statements are approved for issue by the board of directors. These events are called, one is adjusting event, second one is non-adjusting events. Adjusting events, all these events are happening after the reporting date only. Events after the reporting date that provide additional evidence of conditions existing at the reporting date. Okay. Then non-adjusting events are events after the reporting date that concern conditions that arose after the reporting date. That means it's purely related to the next year, next accounting period. If it is material, it needs to be disclosed. Yeah, example of adjusting events. All estimations, irrecoverable debts arising after the reporting date. You have a customer, you are showing it as amount receivable from the customer. But after the reporting date, you are coming to know that the customer has become insolvent. So it gives you some information about the condition, financial condition of the customer at the reporting date, right? So you have to write a bad debts or you have to create doubtful debts. Okay. See, irrecoverable debts, you basically will write it off if he is becoming an insolvent. See, it gives you the information to help you to quantify the allowance. See, a sale of inventory below cost. After the year end, you sold for less than the cost. So it gives you more information for knowing the realizable value of the inventory. See, amount received or receivable from insurance company. At the reporting date, you do not know exactly how much you will be receiving. After the reporting date, you are receiving a correspondence or communication from the insurance company that so much is amount that will be paid by them. So you're coming to know how much is the exact amount. So discovery of fraud. All these are adjusting events where financial statement needs to be adjusted. See, non-adjusting, major business.
Non-adjusting frauds are in disclosure, I think.
Non-adjusting, if it is material, you have to disclose it. Adjusting means you have to adjust. Fraud and error related to the prior year, no? So the financial statement should be adjusted. When auditor is carrying out the auditing, he finds out some fraud. So correct the financial statement. Okay, non-adjusting. See, major business combination, destruction of a plant. Okay, any changes in the price of the assets, all these, even foreign exchange rate change in the next period. It relates to that period only. Okay, so if it's the accounting treatment, adjusting events requires adjustment of amounts recognized in the financial statement. Non-adjusting events should be disclosed if they are of importance that non-disclosure would affect the ability of the user of the financial statement to make proper evaluations. That means it is a material information that should be disclosed. It will be useful when the investors make decisions. Okay, yeah, what are the next points? Yeah, when they disclose, they have to disclose the nature of the event and the estimation of the financial effect. Always you have to quantify the financial impact. Yeah, now this question, tell me, test your understanding too. We have MCQs also to solve in this chapter. Can you read and tell test your understanding to the events or adjusting? Insult, see, all the events have happened, all these are events after the reporting date, but before the financial statements are authorized. So, insolvency of a customer gives you more information to adjust the bad debts or to adjust your receivables. Loss of inventory due to flood. Flood happened only in the next period. You don't have to do anything for that. Inventory you lost when? Not at the reporting date, after the reporting date. The loss relates to the next period only.
The value of the inventory will reduce.
At the reporting date, the value was less. Why the inventory value became less? Because of the flood. When the flood happened? After the reporting date only. No, at the reporting date, the value of the inventory was fine, right? Inventory was fine. The value has not reduced. Got it? No, so it is non-adjusting event. Next one, completion of purchase of another company. Next year they bought a company. It relates to the next period. Non-adjusting. Next one, yeah, see this one. Evidence showing the net realizable value of the inventory is below cost. So this inventory was there at the reporting date. So when they sell, they find its value is less. See, court case from August is settled by Anderson. When it is settled, you getting more information about the provision amount. So you could adjust the provision amount. Okay, next one. A discovery of a fraud showing the financial statements were incorrect. This is also no adjusting. The financial statement contains some fraud. So you have to correct it now. So adjusting event. Okay. Yeah, next one. Yeah, non-adjusting event, if it is material, it will, affect the user's decisions, then it has to be disclosed. So what is to be disclosed is nature of the event and financial impact, the effect of the financial effect of that event. Okay, next, other points are going concern. If the event, see again, something happens, what is going concern, do you know? First of all, this is the assumption, no, the company will continue forever. That is the going concern concept. When companies are preparing financial statement, they don't think how long they'll be carrying on business or that. The assumption is the business will go on forever. At least next 12 months they will check. Is there any problem? The company will be closed down or not. If there is absolutely no problem, the financial statements will be prepared normally, accrual basis, no? It will be prepared. But suppose there is some event happen after the reporting date. Maybe some new regulation has come. The company cannot carry on the business anymore. So that is an indication, no? So what it is, it cannot be a non-adjusting event. It is an adjusting event. Because of the new regulations, the company cannot continue their business anymore. So in that case, it will become an adjusting event. There is a regulation or the company lost their customers, there is some problem in their business. All these are non-adjusting. The reason is, what is your doubt?
The new law is coming. Suddenly the new law, the company decided to set up.
Yeah, so what it is, it's an adjusting event, no? Because suddenly means here we are only talking about events after the reporting date. Before that means events between reporting date and the day financial statements. Within the date something happens only you could do. If it happens after that date, nothing can be done. Financial statements are issued all over. Clear, no? For that I am telling. A new regulation was passed within the date, because of which the company cannot continue in business. They have to close down. Yeah, it is an adjusting event because now you are not going to continue your business. Financial statements will be adjusted for that. See, they are writing here. If an event after the reporting date indicates going concern assumption is inappropriate, the financial statement should be adjusted and it will be prepared on breakup basis. Breakup basis means you are going to close down the business. Assets and liabilities will be shown at its realizable amount. That is amount at which assets will be sold and the amount at which liabilities will be settled. Because no more business, no? Close it. Okay, yeah. Next one, events after the reporting date. A last illustration, no? Shortly after the reporting date, a major credit customer of the entity went into liquidation because of heavy trading losses, and it is expected that little or none of the 12,500 debt will be recoverable. Yeah, see, customer of the entity after the reporting date. 10,000 of the debt relates to sales made prior to the year end, 2,500 relates to sales made in the first 2 days of the new year. Yeah, tell me now, 12,500 is the total sales to the customer. 10,000 relates to prior year, 2,500 relates to current year. After reporting date. Now they are understanding that the customers went into liquidation. Will you recover? They are closing down the business, liquidation. Can they recover this 10,000? No. So now what should you do? You can write it off. This is an adjusting event. But only 10,000 relates to prior year, 2,500 relates to the current. Got it, no? Only 10,000 you will write off in the financial statement. Okay. See, in 2001 financial statement, the whole debt had been written off. But one of the directors has pointed out that as the liquidation is an event after the reporting date, the debt should not in fact be written off, but disclosure should be made in the financial statement. But you understand, no? This is an adjusting event because it gives you more information about the financial condition of the customer at the reporting date. Okay, so under IAS 10, events after the reporting date. So they are explaining all that. I already explained to you. 10,000 relates to the reporting date. Correct, no? And remaining 2,500 relates to the next period. Did they tell us the year, accounting year is given? Yeah, in 2001. 2001 is the prior year and 2002 is the current year. No, yeah, 2002. Correct, no? So 2001 they will write off 10,000. See, 10,000 receivables existed at the reporting date. In accordance with 10, this is an adjusting event. Okay, now 2001 you will adjust 10,000, 2002 you will adjust remaining 2,500. Got it, no?
What we are adjusting?
Adjusting means you will write it off. You will take it as a bad debt. It will be loss. That is called writing off. See, you are showing 10,000 as receivables, no, in the books. That 10,000, suppose let us assume he is the only customer from whom the entity has to receive the amount. 10,000 is shown as receivables. Now we will cancel the receivables. When you cancel the asset, it will become your loss. Debit bad debts only for 10,000 at the reporting date. 10,000 is a loss, debit profit or loss account, or 10,000 is bad debts. Profit or loss account debit, credit receivables. Receivables will be cancelled.
They back 2,500?
For the current year, which is 2002.
Yeah.
2002, of course, they already made the sales. They are not going to recover the amount. Okay, that's what they are explaining here. Remaining receivables did not exist at the reporting date and therefore should be written off in 2002 financial statements. Okay, next one.
Why we are taking up the 10,000 this year?
Not this year. See, I'll tell you over.
Last year.
Yeah, the receivable is shown in last year.
12,500.
Totally 10,000. Overall 12,000. 10,000 relates to 2001. 2002, they said they made sales in the first 2 days or 3 days. Correct? No? So this 10,000 the company cannot recover. So they have to write it off. Cancel it. It is a loss. Loss will be taken to profit or loss account. Receivable will be removed. Credit the receivables, it will go from SFP. Current year sales 2,500. So 2,500 loss for the year 2002. That way. Okay. Yes. That's all in this chapter, but we have multiple choice questions to
Proposed
answer.
dividend.
We have proposed dividend, no? Yeah, I already told you proposed dividend. The company is declaring dividend. See, equity dividends proposed before but approved and paid after the reporting date. You have to check at the reporting date whether the entity has any obligation to pay the dividend. They only proposed, not yet approved at the reporting date. Got it? If they approved it and announced it to shareholders means yes. Once they approved means it is like dividend they have to pay. But not approved, it is paid only after the reporting date. Will not be shown as liability. I told no dividend, they are only proposing, not yet declared at the reporting date. No liability, no obligation at the reporting date. Fine. And it was declared after the reporting date and paid after the reporting date. It is a non-adjusting event, but dividend is a material information which needs to be disclosed. Okay, like that. MCQs we'll do in next class. Shall I close it?